Assalamu alaikum everyone, my name's Farah Halabi and I'm a professional Muslimah life coach, and today I'd like to talk to you about thoughts, about what knocks around our minds, what goes on, the stories that percolate, and the importance of firstly having an awareness of what actually does go on in our minds, because we do a lot of thinking. We are thinking beings, we are referred to as such in the Quran. Those who reason, those who think, those who believe. What is belief? Well, a thought, what we believe of our thoughts. So that process that we do without thinking about it goes on all the time. And when we get to know, a client of mine said this in a session today, that knowledge is power. And she was referring to something other than thoughts. But it's true, knowledge is power. But knowledge in and of itself, that information in and of itself, remains just information until it's applied. Like, what's the purpose of knowledge? What's the benefit of knowing stuff? What do we do with that knowledge? It is what we do with that knowledge, and how that knowledge, that know-how, that process, it's what we do with that brings the power, if you like. So by knowing stuff, by being aware, by having an in on how we work, and then applying that knowledge in our lives, it's where information becomes transformation, becomes change, becomes different, becomes moving forward, becomes a real pathway, a real living process, if you like. Real actions, real behaviours, real deeds, real life. How we apply that knowledge, how we apply that information, how we apply that in our lives, that's where our power is. Because when we can firstly be aware of what that knowledge is, what's going on in our minds, and then optimizing that by either weeding out the thoughts that don't serve us, intentionally, deliberately thinking new thoughts, and going to work repeating them, and consuming our minds with thoughts that serve us to create foundational beliefs about ourselves that will be infused into how we feel, how we behave, and how we show up in life. Now, you might be thinking, well, okay, all sounds all right, but what's the benefit of that in my life when I've got issues with my husband, when I've got colleagues, when I've got a business that I just feel like is overwhelming me, I've got employees that I'm having problems with, I've got kids that don't listen to what I say, I've got a whole load of issues, I've got a whole load of stuff. Life is chucking things at me left, right and centre, and I'm trying my best here. I'm trying my best to juggle all of these different roles, keep all these different plates spinning. So you want me to sit there and think about what I'm thinking about. What's the benefit of that? What's the point? All good questions. But when you understand when you understand how you work, when you understand what is actually going on in your mind, when you understand why it's going on, why you behave the way that you behave, why you react the way that you react, why you see or how you see the world, how you see your kids, your business, your partner, your community, your family, how you experience all of life, all of the stuff in life. When you understand how you, in all of you, works, then you can go to work on tweaking, optimizing, deciding, choosing, curating how you show up in those parts of your life, in those relationships, in those circumstances. And you have been given everything that you need. You've been given the power of free will, the gift of free will, the gift of being able to make decisions in your life. So you can absolutely create the life you want and absolutely love that life. And if you'd like to know more about how you can do that for yourself, how you can put this knowledge, this information into application, into applying it to your life, so that it not only nudges it a little bit, changes it a little bit, but completely transforms it. And I don't say that word lightly. Transformation. It's not impossible. It's completely possible. I've seen it. It's worked for me, and it works for the women that do the work with me. Transforming their lives from where they were, in a state of not really wanting to be there, seeing their lives through some really not great life lens, let's just say, to now showing up in their lives from a place of confidence, empowerment, validation, worth, knowing that they are capable, more than capable, that they are able, that they are worthy, that they are valued, that they are geared up to not only go through this life, but thrive in this life. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will never burden us with more than we can bear, and He has given everything that given us everything that we need. And He wants us to thrive in this life. So if you want to know how you can do that for yourself, how you can put this information, this knowledge into practice, or just find out what she's always banging on about, that Farah Halabi going on about creating the life that you want, to live a life you love, what's all that about then? Well, join me next week for my masterclass workshop. Basically about 90 minutes, you and me together with some awesome women also on this journey to finding out more about how they can create the life that they want, to live a life they love, how they have the ability, the power, but also the responsibility. Because with great power, as a famous spider said, comes great responsibility. So if you want to uncover, if you want your own superpower, join me next week. You can email connect@farahhalabi.com for the details, or private message me on whichever social media outlet you're watching this on. As you know, my name's Farah Halabi. I'm a professional Muslimah life coach. And if you want to enter the next 12 months, actually, if you want to enter Ramadan, which is less than 3 months, I think it's just over 2 months away. If you want to see a change in your life, a change in you, so that you are entering the month of Ramadan with eagerness, with excitement, with a baseline foundational belief that you will get everything that you want and more from it. Starting now, taking steps now to ease you in, to pave the way, to prime yourself ahead of time, to receive the beautiful month of Ramadan, and to be in the beautiful month of Ramadan, all in, the way that you want, the way that you are completely like a sponge, ready to absorb all of the blessings, all of the amazingness that the beautiful month has to offer, and also leave it in a way that you aren't filled with, oh, should have done that, could have done this, with that Ramadan regret that sometimes we have afterwards. But it's all about knowing you. I've got an ab song going on my head now. But it is all about knowing you. It is that power. It is that information, that knowledge about you, and how you have everything that you need to be able to create the life that you want, to live a life you love. Just in case you missed it the first and the second time, my name is Farah Halabi. I'm a professional Muslimah life coach, and as always, I pray that you are safe, well, happy and healthy. I look forward to hearing from you very soon. I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you, you amazing, wonderful Muslimah who is going through a bit of a pants old time, doesn't know where to turn, tried lots of other bits and pieces, maybe is trying to distract herself from feeling that, you know, you want different. Maybe, I don't know, settling for second best, or thinking, well, this is just my life. I've got to accept it. You were born on the fitra. You were born with this exuberant zest for life. Your life is amazing. Your life can be as amazing as you want it to be, and you infuse that with living a life that's pleasing to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Well, what's not to love about that? And you can absolutely do that for yourself. You can absolutely create that for yourself. So I'm talking to you, my sister. Join me next week. I look forward to meeting you. But for now, have a good one. Take care. Assalamu alaikum.